Welcome back, guys. We are back in the Philippines, only shy of 7 weeks the last week's visit. So there's a lot of big projects on here. That's why we have to send the big gun over here to shoot it all. So we flew Jack over from Japan. We'll probably take a proper tour around Mech Automotive. We'll explain what they actually do and actually what they specialize on. And also we're going to go through the build of the GT86 properly this time. We'll explain what we're actually doing, and hopefully we're going to take some customers' cars out for car feature and also explaining what they're specializing at the shop. We will be going to the Auto Salon Manila this weekend as well, so we're going to shoot a few things over there, and also if we can find some underground car meets, we'll go and check out the car scene. So let's take a proper look around the shop this time. So let's go. Well, we're going to take you for a quick tour around the shop and show you what they actually specialize on. As you can see behind me, there's a lot of Subaru here. They specialize on boxer engines, so your EJ2825, FA2824. Some engine gets built here, some of the big engine gets built overseas. I'm going to show you a few of their customers' cars and take a look around what else is cool in the shop. So let's go. So this is one of their customer VAWRX. This actually runs a 2.5 billet block. Last time we were here, we were just doing a run and tune. It was still making 600 or 700 horsepower on pretty much gate pressure. We've got another car outside that's making close to 1,000, but this engine will probably come out at some point and go into another race car. It has dual injectors, so it makes all the idling and stuff, road driving really good until the boost comes on, and then on the Motec we can run the second injector or second row of injectors in to make sure we've got enough fuel for fuel supply. This will easily run over 40 pounds, no problem. Even without the billet block, I think the last car we tuned over 1,000 horsepower was just under 43 pounds. So this still runs a stock gearbox, same as the other car, but there's cars out here or in here with sequential gearbox as well. So as well as late model WRX, they also have a lot of GDR customers as well. The red one, the Hoys, that made over 1,000 horsepower on pump gas, and I think 1,200 horsepower on E85. That's got a Motec in it as well. This one here, just getting all the intercooler piping redone in better material. And then also there's another specialized car that actually been focusing on the last 2 years is the FL5 Type R. So we're going to take a look around of those as well, because we'll be racing these cars this coming weekend. We're going to go testing at the track on Thursday. I think the qualified done on Friday and the race day on Saturday. So hopefully we'll get some footage from the track, and also we can take you guys for a lap around Clark. So as well as WRX, GDR, FL5, we're actually building other Toyotas as well, such as Yaris and Corolla and Supra. This one just got repaired. If you watch the Mech Automotive channel, this car went off the track and did some damage. So the whole front just been replaced, and now it's all complete carbon in the front. Hopefully we'll get this car out this week as well and do some testing and give it a shakedown. It's simple, but these cars works really well, even their standard. So good brakes, good suspension setup, a bit of aero. These cars drives pretty awesome, and also due to the fact they're factory tuned and not overpowered, we don't have much overheating issue like the FL5 when we crank it up for more boost. So hopefully we'll get it out this week as well. We've got a few cars to take to the track. So our transporter truck actually gone to maintenance, so we can't actually take all the car to the track on the truck, so we might be able to drive through cars to the track. Hopefully Jack bought his international driver license. Yeah. So right here, there's another customer's car. This is a 240Z with a VQ35 in it. We will be running a linked ECU plug and play in this. A bit different running a VQ in a 240Z. We have done L28, RB25, RB26, but this is the first VQ one that we've done. Also, actually, there's an RB20 in Fiji as well, which we have to sort, but yeah. So right now, at the moment, we're actually project managing a lot of builds from overseas instead of building the cars ourselves. The reason why is some of these places actually don't see what happens outside. They won't have experience building a mixed variety of cars, especially like a shop like this. They specialize in WRX, GDR, FL5, and if you get given an older classic car like this, they are unsure what to be done or what needs doing. So when we get onto the GT86, I'll explain why we're here and what we're here for, so you guys have an idea, or better idea, what J-Tune actually does. Well, behind us, this is Mac Automotive, one of the top projects, which is the GT86. We're going to explain what we'll be doing to this car. As you can see, there's actually two 86 behind us. This car was actually complete a week ago. So when we got here, we start stripping it down. This is actually the main car. The red car on this side is actually our mock-up car. So before we start hacking into the main car that's going to go back on the road and the track, we're going to use the red car to mock up everything first, mount everything, so we get an idea before we start chopping up the blue car. There's a lot of parts behind us, and as you can see, Adam is starting to measuring up stuff to make a custom loom for that car. That's what Adam's here for. But we'll explain what we're actually doing to this car. Since the last drive, or after we've been here, everything kind of elevate big time. This car actually has a built 2.2 FA in it, also an upgraded transmission, which is automatic. There was an idea to put a 8 HP in it and pair it up with the FA. But after we've driven some of the Mac Automotive cars, we found out they know the EJ platform pretty well. So my suggestion was, why don't we run an EJ25 and 86? It's still a boxer engine. We're not putting a K series in or something else. We're sticking with what they come out with, the same platform. And then also, we're gonna run a X-Shift WRX sequential. Yes, the box was actually made for 4-wheel drive. We've got them to convert a kit to convert the 6-speed WRX box into rear-wheel drive. So that's going to be available for sale as well soon. Let's take a look at all the parts and I'll explain what's going on in the engine bay. So when we got here, the EJ25 has been installed, the gearbox has been installed, turbo's been mounted, and we got here and decided how we're going to set up the engine bay. So first up, fit the biggest item in it first. So the radiator intercooler V-mount. The oil cooler is mostly going to be running on the side. We had plans to run a electric water pump, but due to design and space, we're actually going to keep it with the factory water pump setup, but we're going to run a Roger Clark Motorsport upgraded water pump propeller, because these engines with the stock water pump, they normally cavitate at about 7,000 RPM. As you can see in the engine bay as well, is going to be dual injectors, so 2 sets on each side. Smaller one for your low boost, normal driving, idling, and it's another secondary set for your high boost application. The alternator's been upgraded, And then also it's going to be running a Garrett turbo, and due to the space, the firewall of the engine bay actually has to be cut up so we can make room to run the big front pipe and set up for the exhaust. As well as that, it's actually quite simple. Adam is just mocking up the back of this car. There's actually a lot of electronic. It will have a Roger Clark dry sum kit as well, but we're running our own oil tanks. With the electronic for this car, it's going to be 2 PDM. It's going to be a M150 Motec running the engine side of things. It's going to have a C127 dash on the center, and also it's going to get the latest Motec steering wheel with a C125 built in the middle of the steering wheel, like an F1 kind of gearbox. And hopefully we might set up a hydraulic clutch through one of the triggers on the steering wheel. 2 PDMs in this car, one in the front, one in the back. It's still going to be a road legal car. As well as that, once we finish time attacking this car, the air suspension or the lift is going to be in, because the kit's going to be really, really low once it's fitted. If you've seen the Varus wide body kit for this car, same car that we run on a V8 86. Also in the back is going to be intercooler spray, because it gets really hot here, so this will get mounted with the spray bar in the front. The pump's going to be in the back, tank in the middle, and then there's radium surge tank. We're keeping the stock fuel tank due to space. It actually has an active rear spoiler, pretty much DRS, a different setup for the oil breathing in the back, because inside the car it's not going to be covered up like New Zealand or some country. So with the dry sump breather, we're going to set up a special tanks to trap the oil, but we're going to vent the oil or the moisture or the gas outside the car, so we don't get poison or smelling oil in the cabin, if that makes sense. Fuel line is going to be done as well. It's going to be running 2-10 back and forward, radium fuel rig. It's going to be tricky pairing up the dual fuel rail. As you can see, if the rail was a bit more separated, it would have been easy if we put a loop to go around it. At the moment, we'll probably have to run dual feed line into the rail and also dual exit or return to the rig. So let's have a good look at it, and I'll point out a few things what we have to change to make this work. Alright, we're going to take a look at the inside of this car. A lot of it has to be changed, like the tunnel has to be widened to fit the WRX gearbox, and also with the turbo mounting in the back, it needed all extra space to run the front pipe. What are you doing here, Adam?
I'm pretty much just laying out, well, all the components in the car, trying to figure out the best spacing, the best layout for the interior, mainly for my wiring loom that's going to run pretty much the whole car. It's all just planning at the moment, but yeah, we're just trying to figure out what's best. There's a lot going on in this car, so we've all just got to fit it in as best we can. I think Jacky's already run through sort of the basis of what's going on in this thing. A lot of components, and pretty much removing the whole back seat and rear section of the car. That's going to be dedicated to oil tanks, surge tanks, ECUs. We've got DRS wings, we've got HLS suspension, so hydraulic lift suspension, yeah, and much more to come. So just trying to figure all that out, because if I get that wrong, everything turns to custard basically. Yeah. So that's the main part for me. If you have a look in here, you can quickly see preliminary layout. I mean, we've done drawings on spreadsheets and things like that, and I've done lots of documentation on spreadsheets, but we still need to physically know measurements, etc., for running lines, running wiring, like I said, hoses, all that sort of stuff. So try and keep it as tidy as possible. We don't want to make the car not usable. We want to make it a comfortable space still, because I think Jacky might have mentioned eventually once we turn this thing from a track car, we're going to go back to a road car. So it's always a hard task. You really have to think, you know, long term when it comes to these sort of vehicles, because you want the driver to be comfortable when it comes back to a road vehicle. So it's pretty.
It's quite a big build. Like, you know,
is a
in
big
any
build.
country, this is a really big build, but they want to build this in the Philippines. It's a Philippine built car.
Yeah.
Of course, they've got the money. I mean, if you got the money to spend on a car like this, there's not much money to send overseas to get it built. But it's not the point. The point is it needs to be all built in Philippines. We are pretty much just here to help and, you know, project manage.
Yeah, we're here to guide them in the right direction. You know, there's certain skills that aren't round in the Philippines yet, as they're an up and coming sort of, you know, performance car and race car sort of side of things in the Philippines is only growing now. So they need that guidance, they need that expertise from people overseas. So that's what me and Jacky here are doing. But ultimately, this whole car is going to be built here at Mech Automotive by the Filipinos. So it's going to be a full Filipino build, which is pretty exciting and possibly going to be one of the craziest builds in the whole country. So looking forward to it.
Yeah. You might ask the question, how do we meet this guy or these people? It's funny to say, it's actually through YouTube. Because of the Seat Time channel and the HKS GT86, actually met a lot of new friends and people from around the world the last 12 months. And one day, Marvel messaged me, hey look, I've seen you guys build 86 before, a lot of different cars. Would you be interested to come over to give us some guidance? And I was like, well, we can come have a look and also see if we can fix up a few cars for you guys, you know, teach you some new skills. I don't mind that at all. So that's just how it all happened. It's actually through the Seat Time channel, funny enough. Yeah, but it is crazy. Like, this car, anywhere in the world, it's a crazy build.
It is, yeah, definitely.
Not many people will be dedicated to buy a spare shell to mock up and then putting onto the real car.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the way to do it.
Definitely is the best way to do it. Ultimately, you don't want to go messing up, you know, the actual final build, because you got one shot with that one. This is where you do your practicing, you work things out, you test things. So this is definitely the way to do it.
Yeah. Like, if there's so many built in the past, I would like to do this. Same with Adam.
Mate.
You know, we keep adding stuff onto the car. It gets messier and messier.
Yeah.
It's hard to do it right the first time.
Yeah.
These are no different than a hot rod or a scratch built.
Nah.
We're pretty much just using the 86 shell. Nothing in the car retains 86.
Nah, basically, other than probably the suspension and subframes,
even the suspension is getting
to a
changed.
point, but
yeah,
you know, ultimately the geometry is still going to remain somewhat the same. But yeah, other than the shell, this car is going to be fully bespoke essentially. So it's going to be a big build, but it's going to be an exciting build at the same time. So looking forward to it.
So a few things I would like to explain on this car. Why are we going with the V-mount and why this bonnet? I really wanted this kind of bonnet on my GT86. If you look at this is the whole reason why I wanted this bonnet. It's actually functional. So you can see now when the air goes in the front, the hot air through the intercooler will actually get extracted instead of going in the engine bay. Of course, on the road car, you can't really do this. You can't cut the front out. I mean, a road car in New Zealand, Hong Kong, even Japan. Here, the ruling is not too bad. We want to build this to go fast. So we're going to utilize this bonnet properly. That's why we went with this V-mount setup. As you can see through this vent, the air will get extracted out. And there will still be these vents inside here to cool down or to extract the heat out the engine bay. Through this side, it's the same. We're going to utilize all this ducting on this bonnet. This is a really expensive bonnet. You can have a look online through the Ferris site for a wet or dry carbon bonnet from them. this was a long wait. But for a normal street car, this setup doesn't work that well because where this vent runs down, it's going to hit a lot of stuff. So it's a very cool build. This gurney here will make the high pressure point, so the air will get sucked out from the vent. So this is probably the best part about this bonnet or this V-mount setup. So cool.